there was one or two things that an end user should be looking at when they're sort of trying to get their brain around the edge, are there any sort of easy wins or good places to start, or does it very much depend on sort of where you're at and what industry sector? Or?
It's a great question. And so, as an end user, the first question is just, there are very easy steps that you can do. So, you can look at where you want to be and what it might, and you hear interviews like this and you say, oh geez, how do I get there? Like some basic things can happen usually to make it better. I mean, we're working with people and it's like, can you just, again, I'll use examples of retailers, like let's come up with 3 standard designs that you're going to have as opposed to everything being chaotic. And most of the time that challenge is, it is a change in the way that end user is going to operate. So so the first step is, can you at least get to the point where you're politically and organizationally able to set some standards that you can enforce is probably the first step, right? And the number one thing I would use is cybersecurity is your big risk. So if we don't get these things under control, if we don't have physical security, if I can't keep track of who's accessing these local edge data centers, then we're in trouble. That's the type of thing that's going to get the attention of management. You say cybersecurity, people start paying attention. So that's kind of like the very basic steps. And then the second thing is, are you really clear on what are the applications and the demands those applications are putting on in terms of what's the availability that's necessary, where do you want them to run, what really is the critical requirement that needs to be on site. And most of the time they know these, but what is difficult, what they're having troubles dealing with is the new ones that are coming in that they're experimenting with. And you need to come up with a strategy to do both of those. So do I end up with a very robust kind of production system, and then maybe I have another rack in there that's for the more pilots and experiments that I'm doing, and do those designs need to be the same or different? These are some of the discussions that I see some of the end users going on. So the easy step is, first of all, make sure that you can actually implement standards, and in some of these accounts they can politically do it and they organizationally have the wherewithal, and other places you don't. So that's number one, because if you don't have that, you have nothing. And then the second thing is really getting the collaboration with what's happening, because most of the time we talk to the physical infrastructure guys, is getting better collaboration with IT and what's happening on the IT side. Those are two relatively easy places to start, I think.